Yes, it's Danny Glover, Fight Fan TV Live. You know who it is. We're back. Persistence beats resistance. Oh yeah. Yes, Connor Wright, Mukunda Dadu, Alex Simps. Yeah, we're gonna get some of you inside. Get some of you inside. You guys have been voting. Alicia, how's it going? Wave. Let me wave some of you. Wave at some of you guys. Team Solid Training. Leon, life is beautiful. Yes, you know where it is. Persistence beats resistance. Today is the. I was meant to do it yesterday, but I'm doing it today. It is the award ceremony of the categories of 2021 list. So we're gonna get into this. So how we're gonna start? Yeah. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get into this. We're gonna start with. How should we start this? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I had 13 categories, but I may have reduced it down to 12. Yes, Sajid, big up inside. So we are gonna start with knockout of the year. Now we know there was some big knockouts. Some of you inside here can give me some of your knockouts of the year if you want, but we've already done a list from the other day. I compiled them into like a final slot, and then I realized there were so many good knockouts that I even forgot to list some. Some of you probably may have forgotten them, especially if they're at the beginning of the year. They kind of go over your head, they phase out, and everyone's gonna go and remember the last sort of big boy knockouts, especially like the Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley knockout. Pugilist, big up. Yeah, you know where it is, aka Boxer, aka the Boxinator, aka the Blue Hefner, aka the Black Peter Andre, aka the Black Max Branning, aka the Black Ghost from Power, aka, you know where it is. We keep going. Yes, Boss Don, recovered. You know where it is. The most honourable. The most honourable. But yeah, for instance, there was FA at Jagbar when he knocked out Brian Howard, slumped him. A lot of you lot even forgot that knockout. Go on YouTube now, or go on your phone when you're watching this back, and type in FA at Jagbar Brian Howard. That knockout was serious. You know where it is. But yeah, so we had the top 4 was Jake Paul knocking out Tyron Woodley, Oscar Valdez knocking out Miguel Berchelt, which was my personal favourite, but it's not about me. This is about what the fight fans, voted for. Callum Smith knocking out Lenin Castillo, that was number 2. And number 1 knockout of the year, which you fight fans you chose, is Conor Benn knocking out Chris Algieri. So well done, Conor. You won knockout of 2021 from the fight fans. Sajid says, like most middle-aged men, I can't remember things from a day-to-day, so things 20 years ago unclear. I hear that. At Jaguar was a good KO, but the guy was standing to be sparked. Yeah, but so was Tyron Woodley, but he didn't win anyway. Chris Algieri, Conor Benn knocking out Chris Algieri was the number 1. So we'll go on to that because that was the men category. Now we're moving on to women's KO of the year. We had Sanisa Estrada knocking out Santasi. We had Dina Forsland knocking out Selena Munoz. We had Amanda Serrano knocking out Bermudez. I forgot her first name, but that was a good knockout. I like that one. But the number 1 knockout of 2021 in the women's category is Alicia Baumgardner over Terry Harper. Now that was a serious one because she was out. That's what you see when someone says they was out on their feet. That's what that was. Terry Harper was out on her feet. And lucky the ref stopped that second one, because we know otherwise that would have been some lights out James Toney business. So yeah, Alicia Baumgardner, too sexy for this girl, too sexy for this girl, too sexy for this boxing, too sexy for this. Yeah. But anyways, we're moving on. Don't want to see my dance moves all evening. But the next category, prospect of the year. Yes, great shout. Harper is quality too. This is the fans' choice. So this is shout outs to you guys. Sad, you have to shout out to you guys, because you guys are the ones who voted. And Conor Wright. Oh, you was at the fight, Conor. Okay, Conor Wright was at the fight. That's good. So next category is prospect of the year 2021. Yeah, I know Harper's moving up weight. Hopefully she can do something. Prospect of the year, we had the likes of David Morrell, Alexander Zayas. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Alexander Zayas, Gerard Anderson. I like that. I like that guy. He's going places. Johnny Fisher, Keyshawn Davis, Mark Castro, Dalton Smith. I didn't even put him on the list originally, but someone in the voting section, like 2 people actually voted for this guy, Dalton. I was like, oh, okay, well, I have to put him in the nominees then. Brandon Lee, Dan Aziz, and the winner was, though, voted by the fight fans, is Solomon Dakers. Prospect of 2021. So big up Solomon. Solomon Dakers won 2021 Prospect of the Year. So well done to you. So next category is fight of the year. Actual fight of 2021. We had Gabriel Rosado versus Munguia. We had Sam Eggington versus Bilal Jikitu, the French guy, innit? And Chocolatito Gonzalez versus Estrada 2. But the winner was voted by the fight fans. Fight of 2021 goes to Teofimo Lopez. Well, George Kambosos, I have to label it now, versus Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, George Kambosos beating Teofimo Lopez. That was the fight of 2021. So well done to both Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, because it takes 2 to tango. You need your dance partner. Let's see some comments. Yes, I said she's hot. Who's hot, Saj? Alicia Baumgardner, yeah? Of course she is. But hands off, yeah? You go for Shannon Courtney or something. Anyways, Harper, Unreal Talent made Sokolowski light work. Yes, he's the only person who beat Sokolowski legit this year. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. So Solomon Dakers, big up, man. Upset of the year. We had loads. Okay, we got loads, you know. We got loads. We've got Kiko Martinez beating Kid Galahad. We've got Yamabuchi beating Kenshiro. Oscar Valdez versus Burchell. Gabriel Rosado when he knocked out Melikuziev. That could have been a candidate for knockout of the year as well, because that was another face planter. There was like 3 face plants this year. Tyron Woodley when Jake Paul done him. Oscar Valdez face planted Miguel Burchell, and Rosado face planted this Melikuziev, who was due to fight Kovalev, remember? So like around that time, but obviously Kovalev, we know he started jabbing himself on his own accord with other stuff. But yeah, so Rosado was meant to just get slumped really, and he knocked him out. So that was a big upset, one of the upsets of the year. Arias beating Jarrett Hurd. Sandor Martin against Mikey Garcia. Alicia Baumgardner versus Terry Harper. Lopez versus Flores. Gonzalez versus Soto. That guy was just waiting to get beat though, but that was an upset. Abreu versus Kula Komet. I didn't see that fight, but this is someone listed it. Usyk beating AJ. Ugas beating Manny Pacquiao. Kambosos beating Teofimo Lopez. Jamie Mitchell beating Shannon Courtney. Big up RK champion. Yes, I have interviewed Solomon Dakers. Make sure you go and check that out on YouTube. Go back, check Fight Fan TV live interviewing Solomon Dakers before his pro debut. Cool guy, man. But let me get back to the list, sorry. Jamie Mitchell beating Shannon Courtney. Lee Wood beating Kanzu. No, people didn't see that one coming. And Kanzu was touted to me. Josh Warrington. Oh, sorry. And Josh Warrington. Mauricio Lara beating Josh Warrington. So see, they both got beat this year when they were both meant to have a unification. You see what out of boxing can happen. And they weren't even stalling their fight really, and they both end up getting beat this year. Sokolowski beating George Fox. Big upset there. Fedosov versus Majidov, that heavyweight fight on the zone, where Majidov, when he went down, he like broke his ankle or some madness as he went down, boy, when he got dropped. And he got, yeah, that was mad. But the winner is, voted by you fight fans, is Mauricio Lara beating Josh Warrington, #1. So yeah, big up Mauricio Lara from Mexico. I'd never heard of him before that fight. None of you had heard of him before that fight. Do you remember also that guy who knocked out James Tennyson on the Chisora Parker card in Manchester as well? Remember, because before that fight, Johnny Nelson was talking about, yeah, James Tennyson, he will knock out Gervonta Tank Davis. I had to get onto him. I had to get onto him on Twitter. Come on, let's stop being silly. And he ended up getting ironed out by one Mexican. I forgot the guy's name. He could have been on the list too. But the winner is Mauricio Lara upsetting Josh Warrington. So that's upset of the year. Big up Muller and Sean Oliver 7. Next category, International Fighter of the Year. So we had Onito Donaire, Terence Crawford, Alexander Usyk. But the winner was, I think it's a bit obvious, ain't it? Canelo Alvarez. We can't argue with that, can we? Let's keep it a buck. Do you know what I mean? We gotta keep it a buck, people. 1 second. We gotta keep it a buck. Canelo Alvarez, Fighter of the Year. International. Yeah, Fighter of the Year. And then we had, you know, because we gotta give everyone a shot. Domestic Fighter of the Year. We had Lee Wood. We had Lawrence Okoli. We had Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor, you know. And you fight fans, you voted for Domestic Fighter of the Year goes to... Oh yeah, Maxie Hughes could have been on that as well. But the winner goes to Conor Benn. Domestic Fighter of the Year. Fight fans voted for Conor Benn. Well done, Conor Benn. That means you're a winner in 2 categories already. Trainer of the Year. Yes, that's it. Giovanni Straffon. That's the guy. And then didn't he go and... Yeah. Giovanni Straffon. Yeah, that guy. That's the one who took out James Tennyson. Serious. Trainer of the Year. Thank you, Connor. Trainer of the Year. Who you guys going for? Got Papashenko. Lomachenko's dad. Igor Golubuyev. I didn't even know the guy's name. Base the Kid had to tell me the guy's name, but he's the one who trains George Kambosos. So shout out Base the Kid. A very close second. Silver medal in this category goes to Ben Davison. But the winner of Trainer of the Year 2021 goes to Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso, so the Fight Fans pick. I think that's a good fair shout. Promoter of the Year, we have Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Ben Shalom from Boxer. So a lot of people might not yet be familiar with the promoter's name yet from Boxer on Sky Sports, but his name is Ben Shalom. Frank Warren actually came second in this poll of promoter of the year, but the winner is Eddie Hearn. Like, there's no point in me drum rolling, and there ain't no suspense in that. Eddie Hearn wins. That was quite clear cut and shut. Too many big events, too much. Like, you can't show for show. It's just too much in it. You can't even argue. You can't even. It weren't even really debatable, really. But you got to give a man his flowers. And a category is a category. An award's an award, and he has to keep consistent because there's loads of people coming on his heels. There's Ben Shalom from Boxer. There's whoever's behind them. There's the Pro Bellum guys. There's the Cali Sauerlands. There's PBC with Al Heyman, even though he's not a promoter, he's a manager, but you know what it is. There's Oscar De La Hoya. There's Wazerman. So there's new promotions even coming in. There's obviously Mick Hennessy with Channel 5. He's had a good year as well. Shout out to Mick. He's grinding. But yeah, Eddie Hearn promoter of the year. Event of the year. I see. So what I called it event of the year because when I was doing these categories from the other day. But what a better word for it seems, what I can compare it to is Ade Oladipo. He was saying, he called his one Atmosphere of the Year. But I called it Event of the Year, but Atmosphere. So it's that kind of thing, in it. Event, atmosphere, ambience. So I think that's where he's going. We say it's going to be comparable to that. Big up Ade as well. But Event of the Year, we had Lara Warrington 2, because that was mental. Smith Fowler, I really wanted to go to that show, but I couldn't make it for some reason. So upset, but that would have been really good to be there. Canelo versus Avni Yildirim. He had the whole J Balvin thing, he was going in, big entrance and all that. That was real, But the actual number one event / atmosphere of 2021 goes to Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. That was with the Mariachi Mexican singers, and it was all mad in this mad stadium. It was like 70,000 or something like that in attendance down in Texas. Yeah, that was serious. Conor Wright, he went to get beat by Maxie Hughes in the undercard of Warrington v Lara 2. Yeah, yep. Courts 101, big ups. So yeah, event of the year was Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. That was big. I wonder what's happening. Going to happen for Billy Joe next year. Been kind of quiet since Woman of 2021. Forgot I had this, but yeah, the nominees are Michaela Meyer, Chantel Cameron, Katie Taylor, Sanisa Estrada, Jessica McCaskill, Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields. Sanisa Estrada came in second, and the winner of Woman of 2021, Amanda Serrano. Big ups, Amanda. Woman of 2021. Some big wins. She's had about, how many fights she had? She had about three or four fights this year. Good stuff, man. And she broke up that last woman's face, but she was tough though. I'll give her that. Premature stoppage of 2021. We had Takayama versus Soto. Do you remember Takayama? That was a dead stoppage. Takayama even showed them it was rubbish. He started doing press-ups after, like, come on, ref. I got more in me, ref. I got more reps in me, ref. You know what I mean? Ammo Williams versus Quartavius Cash. There was Majarov versus Sorrow when he started punching him like several times after the bell. Then the ref jumps in to stop the fight, like wave it off, not stop him like you're punching after the bell. Stop it like, yeah, the fight's over after he's punched him 7 times after the bell. Dodginess, bad. That's bad, man, you know. Also, Egorov versus Stevanov. I didn't see that fight, but this is who some of the fight fans picked as a nominee. And the winner is, for premature stoppage of the year, Austin Ammo Williams versus Quartavius Cash. Premature stoppage of the year. So that's the worst stoppage of the year. Performance of the year 2021. The candidates are Lerone Richards versus Carlos Congora, Sandor Martin versus Mikey Garcia, Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez. One second. Yeah. Alexander Usyk versus AJ Anthony Joshua, Dmitry Bivol versus Salamov, Dan Aziz versus Hosea Burton, Michaela Maya versus Hamaduchi, Jamie Mitchell versus Shannon Courtney, Ponce versus Ritson, and Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. Now, me personally, I would pick Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring, but that's me. But it's not about me, it's about you fight fans. This is the last category, and the performance of 2021 voted by you fight fans is Dan Aziz beating Hosea Burton. Big up Dan Aziz, shout out, well done to you. Performance of 2021. And that's it, guys. We've had the wrap up of 2021 voted by you. Thank you all for voting, because it was a bit of a slow start. Some of you didn't really, it's like you didn't get how to vote, because not every time I could just put a 4-person in a category box. Sometimes I'll just put the box thing there and you've got to write it and it'll come up in my thing. So you lot weren't getting those ones, but then when I did the little voice thing, you lot started to get it. So big up you guys. 2021 we're gonna look to improve the settings, you know, looking to get a spot to start doing some recording shows. You know, got some things in the pipeline, got a few projects, got a few competitions, so we're gonna get you guys more interactive and more involved when you guys interact. And there'll be competitions, like if you win a competition, then you know we'll pay for your pay-per-view, an upcoming pay-per-view, or if there's, you know, yeah, stuff like that. It could be on Fight TV, it could be, or whoever, Sky Sports. So yeah, look out for those competitions coming up also, as well as looking to start back getting some more interviews, more content, more coverage for you guys, exclusive. But you know, where you want the latest and greatest, it's the master aficionado, Danny Glover. You know, got to always big up the predecessors of my elders, man, like Spencer Fearon, the master knowledge, and Tunde Ajayi, the master genius. I'm the new kid on the block, Danny Glover, the master aficionado. Cheers, my guy. Have a good rest of the year. You too, man. All of you, hope you had a great Christmas, Boxing Day. Hope you have a fantastic New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, going to 2022 feeling fresh, feeling good, and positive vibes, and staying safe. So on that note, it's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section if you think any of the winners of 2021 you disagree, or you do agree, or who you would have put in as maybe a nominee, all that type of stuff. Leave your comments in the comment sections so we have engagement. Hit the like button, the thumbs up button. It's free of charge. It's not a cash app, it's no super chat. Just hit the like button. and all that good stuff. Share with your friends, share with family who's interested in combat sports, fighting, boxing, and all that good stuff. And yeah, bless up. Persistence beats resistance.